Imagine staring at your phone's battery icon at 20% by midday, wondering if it's time to bail on what you bought just last year. Now picture a device that flips that script, packing nearly double the endurance without the bulk. That's not a dream. It's the quiet signal that mid-range phones are about to redefine what all-day really means. And it could make your next upgrade feel like a necessity, not a choice. This isn't just about bigger batteries or brighter screens. It's about whether your current setup is already falling behind in a market that's quietly prioritizing stamina over flash. Think about your upgrade cycle. If you're nursing a 2-year-old phone, this could extend its relevance or expose why it's draining your wallet faster than it should. Hidden costs? Absolutely. A phone that sips power means fewer emergency charges, less anxiety on long days, and potentially higher resale value down the line. Performance gaps narrow when endurance matches the grind of real life. Scrolling, streaming, that endless email chain. For creators, imagine a camera that holds steady in low light without the battery dipping into the red. An ecosystem lock-in. Xiaomi's HyperOS ties these in deeper, making switches feel like starting over. But the real shift isn't in the hardware. It's in how brands like Poco are betting on endurance to pull you away from the premium trap. Let's break this down strategically, starting with the certification wave that's confirming these beasts are inbound. First up, the Poco X8 Pro Max just got the green light in Indonesia, Singapore, and beyond. Model number 2602 BPC18G. No less. What was announced? A rebranded Redmi Turbo 5 Max, but with a twist. An 8,500 mAh battery that dwarfs the competition in its class. Why now? Xiaomi's sensing fatigue in the mid-range. Consumers tired of flagship prices for middling battery life. They're solving the dead-by-dinner problem that's plagued affordable flag killers for years. Who benefits? You, if you're in the $400 to $600 sweet spot, getting flagship-level juice without the premium tag. Who loses? Battery-anxious users on older Xiaomis or even Samsung mid-rangers that top out at 5,000 mAh. And this is where it gets interesting. They're pairing it with 100W wired charging so that massive cell refills in under 30 minutes. Next block, the standard X8 Pro, certified in Thailand last month, slots in as the more compact sibling, rebranded from the Redmi Turbo 5, with a mere 6,500 mAh battery but the same blazing charge speed. Announced specs point to a 6.59-inch AMOLED display, hitting 3,500 nits peak brightness and a 120 Hz refresh that feels buttery without the stutter. Why now? To flank the Max model, creating a duo that covers casual users and power hogs alike. Right as MediaTek's new chips drop, pressuring Qualcomm's grip on the affordable high-end. Problem solved. Inconsistent performance in daily multitasking, thanks to the Dimensity 9500 SoC humming at up to 16 GB RAM. Beneficiaries? Budget creators and multitaskers who need speed without the heat. Losers? Anyone stuck on last-gen MediaTek, where thermal throttling killed the vibe. But that changes something bigger. Both share identical camera setups. A 50MP main with OIS for shake-free shots, 8MP ultra-wide, and 20MP selfie. Meaning Poco's not skimping on visuals to fund the battery push. Shifting to the Max's upgrades. Bump to a 6.83-inch screen with similar eye-searing brightness and the Dimensity 9500s chip for that extra edge in AI tasks. Why this timing? It's a direct jab at the post-iPhone 16 lull, where everyone's hunting value amid rising costs. They're tackling AI hype fatigue, on-device processing that doesn't guzzle power. Who wins? Heavy users in emerging markets where charging infrastructure lags. Who gets hit? Mid-range holdouts from OnePlus or nothing, whose batteries can't compete. And here's the micro-hook. Storage tops at 512 GB across both. But it's the software layer in HyperOS 3 that's the silent killer. Now, translating this to your daily grind. That 8,500 mAh in the Max? It means powering through a 10-hour workday, GPS navigation, video calls, photo edits without a single top-up. Reality check. Expect 8 to 10 hours of screen-on time, even with 120 Hz always active versus the 5 to 6 you're probably tolerating now. For the X8 Pro's 6,500 mAh, it's still a step up, hitting 7 to 8 hours reliably, but choose it if pocket space matters more than marathon mode. Battery reality. Both sip under moderate use, but gaming or 4K video will test that PWM dimming at 3840 Hz. Less eye strain during late-night scrolls. Cameras? The 50MP sensor with OIS isn't reinventing low-light magic, but paired with brighter screens, it's solid for social proof. Crisp night shots that hold detail without noise. Better than last-gen Pocos, but not quite pixel level. Daily change. Quicker bursts for events. Less post-editing hassle. Privacy trade-off? HyperOS's AI features lean on device for summaries and edits, so your data stays local. Less cloud creep than Samsung's ecosystem. But repairability? Xiaomi's track record means iFixit scores in the 6 out of 10 range. Batteries are swappable, but screens are glued tight. Long-term support. Expect 3 to 4 years of OS updates, bolstering resale. Your 2-year-old Poco could fetch 60 to 70% of original value if this trend holds. Zooming out, this isn't isolated. It signals the mid-range evolution from spec chasing to survival tools. Batteries as the new battleground while AI chews up hardware innovation. If this trend continues, we see a safe trajectory. Affordable phones outlasting flagships, making yearly upgrades feel obsolete for 70% of users. Risky path? Brands overpromise on charge speeds, leading to degraded sales by year 2. Your $500 investment halves in value. Unexpected shift. MediaTek's rise forces Qualcomm cuts, flooding the market with $300 Endurance Kings, killing the $200 budget tier. The next logical step? Foldables with these batteries, turning all day into all weekend. So, on the upgrade front, if your phone's under 5,000 milliamp hours and you're eyeing a switch in the next 6 months, the X8 Pro Max is a calculated hold. Superior stamina justifies the wait over pricier rivals. Holding a recent mid-ranger? Skip. This generation's iterative, not revolutionary. Save for whatever counters it. Brand switchers. Poco's ecosystem depth via HyperOS makes Xiaomi a sticky bet. But if privacy's paramount, glance at Fairphone alternatives. Wait if you're in the Apple/Samsung loop. Their batteries lag, but software polish might sway you. Bottom line, prioritize endurance in your matrix. It's the spec that pays dividends longest. This certification push isn't wrapping up the mid-range story. It's priming the pump for how AI will feast on those extra battery hours, processing your life offline, unseen. And when the competition fires back with their own megacells, that's when the real power plays emerge. Who locks in first?